What's up guys, you're new here. So today, we are gonna react to something very scary. And honestly, I don't know what's gonna happen when I watch this. I don't know. So, we're just gonna just straight up go into this video and see what this video is about. I'm very scared right now. And link in the description below for the original video if you wanna watch that first before you watch this video. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go.
Today, I'll be talking about one of
What's
humanity's
this?
biggest fears.
What?
A job!
A job! Oh my! Yeah. Anyways, we are watching Degenerocity. Oh my god, I cannot pronounce. Degenerocity is one of his video, basically my job experience. So we're gonna watch this video. I'm sorry for the intro, but yeah, let's you know what? Let's just go.
This is a horrifying path that almost everybody will have to eventually face in their life, whether we like it or not. And most of the time,
Job.
we don't. But everyone has to get their bread somehow. So
I don't have a job. I mean, I have a job. I have a job, but job application, the application forms, those are scary.
we just gotta suck it up and pray that we win the lottery or
Yes.
our parlay hits one day. Because let's be for real, nobody want a job. Like, unless you got real aspirations for
Yes, literally nobody wants a job because if you have a job, most of your time or your whole life, basically around 40 or 50% of your whole life is gonna be literally on your life. Not on your life, but on your work, basically on your job. So it's kind of depressing knowing that most of your years are going into your job, and literally after around 50 you retire, and you're gonna spend your old age with all your savings, and your body is aching, you're unhealthy as heck. It's a scary thing. And most of your loved ones is gone, and you cannot see them anymore after you retired, and kind of depressing. That's why I don't do job like the usual job, the real jobs, basically, that what they're saying, like a real job, office stuff. I don't do that. I just do the most thing I can do with my talent, which is editing. But yeah.
a certain type of work. I think most of us, if given a magical opportunity to get paid however much you get paid now and not work that job again,
Yes.
we would take it. Because most of us
We
see
would.
jobs as a way to get by in life and try to make ends meet. There's no room for you to pursue passions in this economy. You better second guess that art degree and major in business so you can be an executive marketing promoter for $1 billion company. But I digress. I'm just saying, I doubt that is most people's passions to work at a 9-to-5 at a warehouse lifting
Nobody
boxes. I don't mean any disrespect.
Literally nobody wanna work 9 to 5. How do you even work 9 to 5? Honestly, that's such a depressing thing to do. Most of your days are in your job. Super boring. I mean, I guess not if you love your job, but most people that have job hates it. And even hates the people around them. So
But am I wrong? Plus, it's fun being unemployed. As long as you got a roof over your head and don't need to worry about bills, most likely because you still live with your parents, then why would you want a job? That sounds like it's taking away your time from being grandmaster on Riot.
yes, bro. Why do you need a job if you can just play gacha games for hours and hours, even though the gacha games doesn't have content, and spend your money on PNG girls, and from Genshin Impact, from Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves. Why not just use those time being unemployed to be a drama slap YouTuber, where you just hate everybody which is kind of depressing that you do that with your life. But honestly, respect. Do your thing, just to pay the bills.
rivals and watching reels. Nah, that's too much. But eventually you want to get your own stuff. Young boy tickets ain't free. Or life really hits you in the face and now you actually
Yes.
have bills. So eventually we all have to get a
Yes.
job. However, you know what's harder?
You know what's crazy? Most of my bills, or like most of the money for bills, are electricity. And electricity are so freaking expensive as fuck. And I don't want to think about it. Literally, I don't want to think about it.
Than actually deciding to get a job? Finding one that hires you. I swear you could send 100 applications to 100 different places and all of them would still ghost you. You think with how many job openings you see, the businesses are desperate to find people.
No,
But nah.
bro, like literally, like most jobs right now are getting taken over by AIs, because like the AI jobs that is supposed to be other people's job, those people are just being dog shit on their job, so that's why they are getting replaced by AI. So mostly we don't really have any more job anymore because of AI. Just crazy to think about, huh? But I mean, we still have waiters. Oh, never mind. Waiters is also getting replaced by robots, from what I know. Anyways, I want to be an e-girl on the internet and suck up the Discord sugar daddies. Wow, why not do that instead? Join OnlyFans. We like those.
It feels like they're posting it as bait, just to mess with people or steal your info. Not only that, if this is your first job, you're gonna have a harder time, because even the quote
Do you
unquote
guys know that meme where like there's like plan A, plan B, plan C. Plan A is to graduate and have a good job. Plan B is to be an e-girl, and then plan C is to literally off yourself. It's crazy how literally most people can relate to that, and kind of depressing also.
entry-level jobs are asking for a qualification of having prior experience. Like, isn't that what this job is for? How is someone supposed to get experience and not be homeless while almost every decent
That's crazy, because most jobs they want to hire someone who is experienced, but how do you even get experience if you just starting with your job? So it's kind of like, what's the point? Maybe you could say intern. That would be more logical. Be an intern, because intern is like you're building experience. I guess so. Yeah.
paying job requires that. And trying to apply for a job on LinkedIn or Indeed is like sending your application into a void. I swear none of those people be reading them. You could have the
LinkedIn,
most
Upwork,
stacked profile
those
on LinkedIn.
sites,
You got a
it's
bachelor's,
crazy.
master's, discovered the cure for cancer. Then you send in an application for your dream job to your dream company. Then they write back to you saying, "We've read your application. Unfortunately, the CEO's daughter has took your position that you applied."
Yes. It's crazy how like most like people do their job, not do their job, but do their school stuff, like spend like how many years to get their degree, master's degree, and then get rejected on the job that you apply. So the stuff that you spend your years to doesn't matter, the time that you spend your many nights on finishing a project just to get a B plus on your grades, and then after a few years you will get rejected by your application will get rejected. Kind of crazy. Maybe that's also why I didn't like continue the school, because it's kind of depressing if I think about it. Yes, it's cool to be socialized with other people, but socializing with other people doesn't feed you. So yeah, it doesn't pay the bills. Like the system, kind of predatory, and also that's how it is. It is what it is. We cannot do anything about it. We can just hustle our way through and live. That's life. That's the modern life.
For, so get the fuck on. Back when I was still applying for jobs, I literally gave up on sending applications on those sites because I'd never get a response back. Like, damn, was my application that bad? Even when your application does get noticed and you get set up for an interview, you still gotta go through some more bullshit ass questions. Why did you choose our business? Y'all hiring. Like, what's up? What is your main motivation to get your work done? Money? What else am I here for? Where do you...
I mean, to be honest, if you answer like that, you wouldn't get into the job itself. I mean, you're just, you gotta lie. Sometimes you gotta lie. Sometimes you gotta create a fake fantasy just to impress the interviewers. That's mostly it. Like most jobs nowadays, like doesn't even take skills. And I mean, I wouldn't say it takes it doesn't take skills, but more like on the job interviews and stuff, right? Like they don't care about your skills at the moment. They just wanna see you and judge you for like your answers and stuff. So kinda depressing too. You know, you take an interview and then you get rejected. You spend your transportation fees, your like those. You spend most of your days waiting for their answer, and then you just get rejected for some dumb reason. Talking about job kind of depressed me
You see
now.
yourself in the next 5 years? Hopefully not here. That's just me being honest with my answers. What do you want me to do? Work here for the rest of my life? This is a Wendy's. So you gotta lie with any question they ask.
you
You
need
have
to
to make
lie.
yourself look as good as possible. So you gotta
Yes.
fake it till you make it. Even if they ask
Yes.
you a stupid question like, would you still work this job even if there was no pay? You say absolutely. I always wanted to be a slave. Congratulations. You have successfully become employed. The end of your life starts Tuesday.
It's
After
not
starting a
really
job,
the
I feel
S word
after the
itself,
first week,
but-
you can find out whether you like it or quit it the next month. And it won't be the job itself to motivate this decision. It's your boss and coworkers.
Jiggle my balls.
They can make or break this whole thing. If you happen to get a chill boss and coworkers you can vibe with, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
That's how my last real job was. I used to be a waiter for weddings and other events. That job low-key had me stressing because I wasn't
Your
good at the
job's
start.
boss
I was
is like the
awkward
final
taking
boss of
orders.
your
I would
life.
mess
Like,
up
it's gonna
orders, and
annoy
one time
you,
I even dropped a
especially if you
whole
have a
tray of
bad
food I
boss.
was carrying at the wedding. Best believe I didn't get tips that day. And what would get me kind of jealous is that some of my coworkers would walk out and carry 2 trays full of food on one shoulder. Like, damn, bro, are you
I don't
Samoan?
wanna work
Those
as a
trays are
waiter, bro.
mad heavy and so out of balance. But you know what
Thank
kept me
God
going?
I'm, like,
It was the fun
hustling
time I had with my
with
coworkers and boss. They were cool as hell. We had a carpool to get to the events. It was always a vibe and a good time. They made my experience. Imagine working a 16-hour shift and walking out of it happy. One day I clocked in for a double shift for a wedding and a sweet 16 at 9:30 a.m. and clocking out at 1:30 a.m.
Damn.
Granted, I was dead after that shift and had
Damn.
to take off my shoes more than
You know what's crazy? The school and job is just the same thing. I'm gonna be very honest. School is more harder than job. I'm just gonna be very honest. Why? It's because you have a lot to do on school, but on job you have like one task that you need to do, and that's all the tasks that you need to do throughout how many years, basically. But with school you literally have a lot to do, like freaking like teachers want to be creative on their projects and stuff, their assignments and shit. Gonna need to learn some stuff when those stuff that we learn doesn't even, like 80% of it cannot be even used like in real life. Like tell me, am I gonna use calculus, like trigonometry, on being a waitress? No, not at all. Bro, I don't even know how to how to pay taxes. I literally had to teach myself how to do that. I mean, I still don't know how to do it, but at least know some stuff. And I haven't even learned a speck of it from like studying at school. It's crazy.
once. But I got $60 worth of tips and went to Wawa after work, so I felt like Gucci. And I believe I only felt like this because the environment I was around was nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I've had to serve some aggressive people at some points.
Yeah, it's my birthday today.
I
What
heard
can I
like
get out
being
here
a
for free?
waitress on a restaurant
You a
is
bitch.
If I had trash
It's
coworkers
super
or a
hard.
trash boss, I would have
Not hard
stayed at that
physically,
job for
but
long.
more on
I
hard
have
as
zero
a-
patience for bullshit.
like socializing
Like
with
example, the
customers.
first job I've ever had in my senior year of high school, I was a janitor at a warehouse. I had no coworkers, so I had nobody to talk to, and my boss was not a bad person, but a bad boss. I'd be working shifts that were
Ooh.
2 to 3 hours every few days, cleaning the break rooms, hallways, and bathrooms.
Ugh.
So my pay wasn't even that good, but since I was still in school, I was just thinking I'm making money and I got more time to study and goon. That sounds like a win-win. But when payday arrived, I would only be paid for half the hours I worked.
Damn.
Sometimes less. I was already barely working as is, combined with a salary of $13 an hour, cleaning up.
You know, guys, this is my advice to you guys. I know some of you guys have like jobs right now, and it's hard for you guys to be like, I don't wanna quit my job, even though like it's a bad environment for me, and it's like taking away my mental stuff, giving me mental issues. I would say this: if you're scared, to literally like leave your job and you're like literally harming yourself at the same time, just leave. Like literally just leave. Like of course the process is gonna be hard. There's gonna be consequences if you leave. But honestly, it's just gonna do you more harm if you just continue be there. I'm not saying this to be a being privileged. No, I literally quit my job, like literally my full-time job, on a agency because like the pay is super low and like literally I'm getting abused. Not abused by physically, but more on like work stuff. I'm not even getting paid overtime. Like I work 24/7, like more than 9 to 5, like 24/7. Okay, like I woke up, it's freaking nighttime when I woke up. I'm freaking doing the work. Then I'm gonna sleep for like 3 hours. I'm gonna wake up, do the work again. Freaking depressing. And I quit after like I'm like surprised that I managed to work for like a year on that job. But like literally I quit. Like literally like this year I quit and like I'm gone. Like I'm just gone. And yeah, I'm now working as a freelance and continuing my content creation spree. Honestly, it's been good. It's been good. My like literally my health is been doing great and stuff. So hey, if I can do it, yeah, you can do it too, bro. Like this no privilege shit. I'm not saying this like unlike a privileged sack of shit. No, I'm freaking poor as fuck, bro. Literally, I can't even pay my bills on time. That's how poor I am. I mean, there's like more people that are poorer than me, but I'm suffering. You know, I'm suffering. So hey, if I can do it, you can do it too, bro. Like just take the actions. Just take the action. I know some people doesn't like confrontation, but hey, you need to do it to survive.
Pee
You
pee
need to do it
and
to
poo
survive.
poo. Man, I'm not taking that. Plus, he only paid me through Cash App.
Yeah.
You've ever had a job that only paid you
If you
through
have a
Cash
bad
App?
job
Man, I
like
had to
this,
go.
just
I
leave,
only
bro.
worked there for a few weeks. He did pay me the rest of the money after, so he cool, but man, warehouse jobs are not it. My patience dwindled faster when I got accepted at BJ's, and I worked there for 1 day. I asked to go to the bathroom and left during orientation. I discovered they weren't what they advertised. How you gonna call yourselves BJ's without expecting people to have certain expectations? That's
Damn.
false advertising.
So you wanted some BJs, bro? You want some
That wasn't
BJs?
really the reason. I just didn't want to work in the freezer.
Oh.
That's when I started my waiting job, then YouTube, and now here I am. Unemployed since. I'm just saying I
like damn, I feel like working at the freezer is kind of hell.
can understand the struggles of looking for and having
It's
a job.
chill, yes, but
Especially the
holy.
ones you only take to make
feel like
ends
it's,
meet.
like,
And the
physically
unemployed life
labored
can be
stuff.
really fun when you have stuff
When
to
it's
fall
so
back
cold.
on. If not, it will only be short-term satisfaction. Eventually, you have to get a career, deal with any of the shortcomings of it, and do that for the rest of your life. The American dream! So when
Yes.
looking for a
It's not even American dream. It's just full on everybody.
job,
Everybody's
make sure to
dream.
get one that you like if you have the privilege to do so. That's all I really wanted to say. And in conclusion, enjoy unemployment while you still can.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah, basically, if you wanna change your career and you wanna quit your job, just make sure you have a backup plan so you can lean into it so that when you fall, it doesn't hurt as much. Okay, that's what I did too. Like I literally save my money and when waiting, like literally, when I'm doing my job, like my full time job, I'm like secretly, not really secretly, but I'm trying to network with other people so I can work with them. Then after I quit my job. The next day, I quit my job. I'm working to the other person, which is a better working environment for me. So yeah. Thank you for giving us your experience, Degenerocity. Make sure you subscribe to Degenerocity. Honestly, super funny video. Super funny video. And yeah, tell me guys down below what is your job experience. I shared you guys mine, so share yours too. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Link in the description below for the original video again. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next reaction video. Bye bye.